Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and just stayed there? Not because you were tired, but because you weren't quite sure how to start the day. You lay still, thinking about your body, your routine, the quiet around you. And for a moment you wonder, does any of it really matter? Here's the truth, it matters more than you think. Because what you do in the first 15 minutes after waking up doesn't just shape your morning, it shapes your entire day. And day by day, those habits shape your years. That's why this moment, this quiet space right after your eyes open, is the perfect opportunity to choose actions that protect your health, your mood, and your energy. Not just today, but for the long run. We're not talking about big, dramatic changes here. You don't need to go run a marathon or follow a strict routine with military precision. Instead, think of these morning moments as a gentle foundation, a chance to support your body and mind in small but powerful ways. Let's begin with the very first thing, before your feet even hit the floor. You open your eyes, and instead of jumping up or reaching for your phone, just pause. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, and out through your mouth. Feel your chest rise. Feel your belly soften. That breath alone can lower your blood pressure and reset your nervous system. This simple practice, what some call waking with intention, tells your body, I'm safe, I'm awake, and I'm ready. It prevents that rush of stress hormones that can flood your system the moment your mind jumps into worries, to-dos, or discomfort. Now, once you've taken a few of those grounding breaths, your next small step is to hydrate. After a full night of sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated, even if you don't feel thirsty. And that dehydration affects everything from your digestion to your brain function. So before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else, have a glass of water. Not ice cold, just room temperature or gently warm, maybe with a slice of lemon. This alone can do wonders. It helps your joints, wakes up your metabolism, and gets your circulation moving. Some people even say it helps with stiffness or brain fog in the mornings, and it's one of the easiest habits to build. And while you're sipping that water, take a moment to stretch. Not a full workout, not a complicated routine. Just a few gentle movements. Roll your shoulders, lift your arms, stretch your legs. Move your body slowly and kindly. Think of it like oiling the hinges after a long rest. You don't have to be flexible. You don't have to be graceful. You just have to move. Because movement, even the smallest kind, signals life. It tells your heart to beat a little stronger, your lungs to expand, your brain to wake up. And for those of us over 60, especially over 70, that kind of message to the body each morning is gold. It keeps the systems running. It reminds us that we're not done yet, not even close. There's something powerful about starting your day by taking care of you first. Not the news, not the chores, not the phone, just you, your breath, your water, your body waking up gently and being reminded, you're still here. You're still strong. You still matter. And that's where the day begins, with intention, care, and small steps that echo throughout the rest of your life. Because when you start the morning right, everything else flows a little easier. Let's keep building from here. There's more we can do, more quiet rituals that work behind the scenes to support your heart, your mind, and your purpose. Let's keep going. Once you've taken that moment to breathe, had your water to stretch those sleepy limbs awake, there's a quiet strength already forming beneath the surface. It's like your body is whispering, thank you. And now it's ready for something deeper. Something that doesn't just wake the body, but anchors the mind. Because let's be honest, the older we get, the louder the world can feel. News headlines, health worries, unanswered messages, that list of little things piling up. Around the house, it can weigh heavy, especially in the morning when the mind is still soft and open. That's why your next morning ritual is so important. Feed your mind something positive before the world does. It doesn't have to be long or fancy. Just a quiet moment with something that lifts you up. Maybe it's reading a short passage from a book that inspires you. Maybe it's a favorite poem, a devotional, or even a handwritten quote taped to the wall beside your bed. Something that reminds you who you are, not just what you have to do today. You could even speak a simple sentence aloud. Today, I choose peace. I am grateful for another sunrise. My life is still unfolding beautifully. When you speak something kind to yourself first thing in the morning, you create a protective space, like spiritual armor, for everything that follows. It helps you carry the day with more confidence and grace, especially on the days that feel a little heavier. Now, from mindset to movement, there's one more habit that ties your inner calm to your outer strength. And it may seem small, but it makes a big difference. Getting sunlight in your eyes and on your skin. Yes, actual sunshine. Within the first hour of waking up, if you can, open the curtains. Step outside for just 5 or 10 minutes. Let the light hit your face, your arms. It doesn't have to be summer. Even cloudy skies give your body that signal. This little act helps regulate your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, which controls your sleep, your hormones, even your digestion. And over time, morning sunlight can improve your sleep at night, lift your mood, and even lower your risk of chronic illness. It's amazing how nature still gives us gifts like this. Quiet, free, and healing. Just light, just air, just presence. And if mobility is a challenge, you can sit by a sunny window or step out on a porch with a blanket over your shoulders. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. That's what changes us. So by now, your body is awake, your mind is calm, and your spirit is lifted. But there's one more layer, one that touches everything else in your day. And that's gratitude. Now don't worry. I'm not talking about some forced fake positivity. I'm talking about a real, honest pause. To notice one thing, just one, that you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of tea, the bird you hear outside, the way the sheets feel as you sit up in bed. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about remembering that there's still good too. That you're still here, still part of something beautiful, still able to make someone smile, even if that someone is just you today. This daily habit, this gentle noticing, rewires your brain over time. It strengthens the parts of you that seek beauty, meaning, and peace. And that kind of mental strength, it's just as important as physical strength when it comes to living longer, healthier, and happier. So as your morning continues, and the noise of the day starts to rise, remember this: you already gave yourself what you needed most. A calm body, a kind thought, a breath, a light, a reason. You started your day not by rushing, but by rooting. And that, my friend, is how long vibrant lives are built, one morning at a time. Now that we've moved through these first gentle habits, there are still a couple of powerful actions we can layer in. Things that bring energy, clarity, and connection. Let's take that next step together. There's a certain kind of strength that comes from starting your day with presence. Not speed, not noise, but presence. And after the breath, the water, the light, and that quiet moment of gratitude, you've already laid the foundation. You've reminded yourself, I matter. But now comes something equally powerful, something that wakes up your body and your purpose. And it's simpler than you might think. Move your body, intentionally. Now, we're not talking about a workout that leaves you breathless or sore. No fancy machines or heavy weights. Just 5 to 10 minutes of intentional movement. Maybe it's walking slowly around the house or your garden. Maybe it's dancing lightly to your favorite music in the kitchen. Maybe it's seated stretches if your joints are stiff that morning. The key is not how you move, it's that you move. You're telling your muscles, your joints, your heart, we're still going and we're still strong. Even a short burst of movement can wake up your circulation, loosen stiffness, and boost your energy more than a second cup of coffee ever could. In fact, studies show that just 10 minutes of movement in the morning can reduce your risk of heart disease, improve mental clarity, and even extend your life. And if you can, take that movement outdoors. The fresh air, the morning light, the sounds of birds or wind through the trees. It's like your body is rejoining the world with gratitude. There's something healing in being reminded that life is still moving all around you, and you're still a part of it. And once your body's warmed up, there's one more habit I'd love you to try. It's often skipped, yet it holds so much power. It's this: connect with someone or something that reminds you you're not alone. It could be a phone call to a friend or a family member, a shared smile with your spouse, even writing a short message to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, just to say, thinking of you. But connection doesn't always need words. Sometimes it's just sitting beside your pet, looking out the window and feeling part of something bigger than yourself, saying a short prayer, tending to a plant, reading a note from someone you love. All of these things remind you that your life still touches others, and theirs touch yours. Why is this so important after 60, after 70? Because connection is a form of medicine. Loneliness, especially in the morning hours, can sneak in quietly and settle into the body like a fog. But when we reach out, even in the smallest way, it clears, it softens, and it opens the heart to joy again. These little moments of connection help regulate your nervous system, reduce anxiety, and give you something vital to wake up for. A purpose, a reason, a reminder that life isn't just about getting through the day. It's about being part of something that matters. So now picture your morning. You wake with breath, not stress. You sip water, not worry. You stretch, you smile, you step outside, you move. And maybe, just maybe, you reach out and remind someone else that they're not alone either. These are not small things. These are life-changing things. And when you stack them together day by day, they become your shield, your anchor, your rhythm. Because living longer isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. And that starts each morning with you. Now that your mornings are grounded in strength, calm, and connection, let's talk about how to carry that energy forward. There's one final piece that ties it all together and gives each day the clarity and meaning it deserves. Now that your body is moving, your breath is calm, and you've reconnected with yourself and maybe even someone else, there's one last piece of the puzzle, and it might just be the most powerful of all. Set one clear intention for the day, just one, not a full to-do list, not 15 things scribbled on a notepad, just a single steady intention that anchors you. Something simple like, today I will be kind to myself. Today I will take one step toward healing. Today I will find joy in something small. Why is this so important? Because as we age, the world sometimes forgets to give us direction. The phone might not ring as often. The schedule might feel emptier. But having an intention, even a small one, gives your day a shape, a purpose, a reason to look forward, not just look back. And it's not about being productive. It's about being present. Setting that intention helps you focus your energy in a gentle, meaningful way. It becomes a thread you can follow through the day. When the aches come, or the loneliness creeps in, or when you're just not sure what to do next, you can return to that one sentence and say, right. This is what I chose. This is what matters today. And sometimes that little reminder is all you need to feel steady again. Now, let's take a breath together. A deep, full breath. Right now, as you're watching this, inhale through your nose, hold it for just a moment, and exhale slowly. That breath you just took, that's life. And the fact that you're here, reading this, watching this, choosing to care for yourself, that's strength. Because aging doesn't mean giving up control. It doesn't mean shrinking back. It means learning how to care more deeply for the body and the soul that have carried you all these years. And these 6 little actions, your breath, your water, your stretch, your sunlight, your connection, and your intention, they may not seem like much on their own, but done together consistently, they become a rhythm, a ritual, a A quiet kind of power that keeps you grounded, open, and alive. That's how you live longer. Not just in years, but in quality, in energy, in joy. So tomorrow morning, when your eyes first open, smile. Even if it's a small one. Even if it's just for yourself. Because you've already taken the first step. You've already chosen life on your terms. What's one thing you do each morning that helps you feel stronger, clearer, or more grounded? Share it in the comments. We're building a beautiful community of wise, empowered seniors helping each other thrive. And if this video spoke to you, if it reminded you of your strength or offered something helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Here's to mornings with meaning, to days filled with light, and to living your best life at any age.